You're the clap guy. Nice.
Welcome to You're Up Next.
This is episode 1, believe it or not.
This is a retake of episode 1 because we majorly fucked up the first one, and we have like 5 episodes filmed at this point, so we need to redo this with a proper introduction and a good topic to talk about.
Why don't you go ahead and tell us like what we want to make the base of this
And that's Dre's special talent of speaking.
All right, we're starting it over.
No, we're not starting it over. We're running this shit raw and live.
All right.
We are going to be taking this podcast in a little bit of a different direction than what we originally thought. Basically, we are going to be talking about several topics that me and Dre want to kind of share our opinions on, our views. We'll have different guests on the show to share their topics and stories as well. So it is going to be centered around storytelling as well as just things going on in the social media space, TikTok space, Instagram space, and current events.
Yeah, current events, fitness, lifestyle, movies, like actors, anything, just anything, honestly.
Our interests, basically.
Our interests, yeah.
Yeah. So we hope you guys are ready for a good, long ride. We have a lot of things planned in the future for future guests and stuff like that. So if you guys are listening on Spotify, Apple Music, make sure to leave a review if you enjoyed this topic. And also make sure you guys like us on, subscribe to us on YouTube.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. I'm excited. How's it feel?
You're talking to me.
No, I know. I'm excited. I'm honestly just flabbergasted that this is our podcast.
Yes.
That's it. So I'll let you go and take it away.
Yeah, we think that we're in a pretty unique situation where we get to lift at the Alphaland, and we thought it'd be a pretty good topic of conversation to talk about what that is actually like to live here, as well as like we both moved away from the same hometown. We ended up here at Alphaland, Houston, Texas, and the shit we see, the people we get to meet, and all that stuff as a result of being down here is kind of something that people have asked us, from our own town, like, what is it actually like?
Yeah.
What are the people like? All that kind of stuff, and
I love it. It's the best thing in the world. I trained at the old Alphaland gym. I trained at the old Alphaland gym. I felt like there. I was like, I should have been talking to them because you already know.
You're having a combo.
I know. Yeah. See, guys, you're getting it raw and uncut. So
enjoy
the
hand.
Okay, I'll edit that out.
You're in that angle.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're getting it raw and uncut. So compare this to episode 50. We'll say, but I like it, dude. I love it. Even at the old gym, I remember when we established that I was not going to go home after 4 days of visiting.
Yeah.
We were like arguing about whether to go to Corrupted or the old Alphaland gym, and I was like, I want to go to Alphaland.
That's a story that you guys will get a chance to know. But Dre came to visit me for like 4 days, and he just like never left. And at this point, I was living in a 1-bedroom with my dog, so Dre just kicked it on the couch for like
I did couch life for 7 months. It was awesome.
7 months, and then we now finally moved into our new apartment.
Yeah,
that was it. That's an interesting story that we might get into maybe next time. But
definitely next time.
Yeah, I kind of want to kick it off with a question. Like, what are your thoughts about the people that you get to meet at Alphaland?
Oh, dude, I think honestly, for the most part, everyone's like super. And this is like honestly, I think everyone's super, super nice. I feel when people look at me, they're like, this kid is a dick because you describe it as being scared. Watching me lift weights, like the faces I make, the way I walk around, the way I mouth the music. So I'm in a zone, and I feel like people feel like I don't want to say intimidating because I'm not intimidating, but I definitely am like angry or pissed off, but I'm not. I'm just like trying to be zoned in on the workout. So when I do get a chance to talk to people, it's an amazing experience. Now I will say, when I first came to Alphaland, and I guess we'll lump it into Alpha Elite, the old Alpha Elite gym, but we'll focus mainly on Alphaland. When I did first come to Alphaland, I was a little more shy and timid, and I didn't really talk to anybody, but now I'm talking to people literally every day, so much is that I blink and 20 minutes goes by and I'm speaking to people, and it's just because I've had the blessing of literally meeting such amazing people, making such amazing connections in the past few months that I've lived here. I love going in there. I see there's groups, we go in the morning and you see, Oscar, Ariel, Gabby, and then like Andrew and Alex filming, and then like a couple hours later, you'll see Eric walk through, and then Stan and Adam will come in, and you see the same people every day, and it's kind of building like a community-esque, and it's super 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 awesome. How do you feel about it? I want to know, because we'll touch on the great, the good, the bad, and the ugly. We will, but like how do you think of it? For the
I
most
think
part?
I'm very much like you in the sense that if anyone were to see me in the gym, they'd probably like I'm a very like not like I don't like to have too much conversation. It's not that I don't like to, it's more like I don't want to bother anyone, so I don't. So I always kind of keep to myself, never really like talk too much to people, which I cannot say the same for you. You talk to everyone.
And it's not even like, and I'm not going to sit here and say that, oh, I wish nobody talked to me, because that's not true. Do you remember the first like 3-4 months I lived here? I would come home, especially the first 2. I was like, bro, and granted, this was Alpha Elite Gym, not Alphaland Gym. Yeah. I would come home, I'm like, bro, I don't want to say I put it like this, but basically I was like, no one in the gym fucking likes me. I see the same groups every single day. No one wants to come up to me and say shit. And that wasn't because they didn't like me or didn't say shit. It's just because everybody has their own groups and niches. Exactly. And I definitely, why would they let me in, you know? And
it's another thing is too is like it's very much inside your own head. That's not actually
absolutely
real,
that's what I was kind of
yes. It's like not in your own head, and I always forget this too. I feel like I really struggle with like putting myself out there because like I don't want to be that guy that's bothering someone. Yeah. But like at the end of the day, I feel like most people, unless they're like just a dick, like are not gonna like really care if you say hi or whatever
or introduce yourself and stuff. I mean, I feel like most people are super friendly. I definitely know people have guards up because they feel that some people down here who have bigger following have accomplished a lot. They may think that people are trying to use them, which is completely justified. They're trying to get something out of them.
I have yet to actually meet one of those people though. Everyone that I have ever talked to or said hi to that has had any type of big following has always been like very nice. And I feel like at the end of the day, like you know, people are pretty humble down here.
100%.
I can't really like pinpoint one person that's like, you know, just ignore you. Or
of course not.
Whatever, or like think that you're bothering them. You know.
No, I definitely agree, and I would say if I disagree, I definitely agree. Everyone's pretty welcoming for the most part. You do get people, as we talked about on Ozzy's podcast, that adopt a certain persona because they think they need to in order to, I guess, manifest success because they feel that that's maybe how the people at the top act, but that's like a super rare thing. Again,
there's also cliques too.
Yeah, there's cliques.
But I would say that those are more not necessarily a way to keep people out. It's just like people that moved down here from other places ended up finding like a group that works for them. But that's pretty normal, I feel like.
Yeah, easily. And again, like you said, everyone's pretty friendly for the most part. I dropped names earlier. I was like, I love going in and seeing my people. You know, and they were like, oh, we're getting sushi this weekend. Yeah. It's like a blessing compared to where I'm going to say because you had friends before I moved down here where I was last like September, October. So blessed. And that's the word I like to use is literally blessed because, excuse me. It's cool to have a good group of people around you and make friends in such a I don't even want to say competitive, but such a like-minded environment where everyone's trying to do the same thing.
The other thing too is, and this is super interesting, is just like the environment of like the mindset down here is very different. And we come from PA where the fitness space is not that big, and also like I would say dream chasing in general is not really that big. But there's so many people down here who left their old life behind and started a new one here. So the type of people with like a crazy open mindset that you meet down here is incredible. Yeah, like that's like one thing that this place is really great for.
100%, and that just goes back to kind of getting out of the bubble and leaving your hometown. I could go on about this for hours. First, to touch on what you said on our hometown specifically, we'll drop it. Westchester, Pennsylvania, everyone knows, like not being super goal oriented, and dream chasing.
Or it's like people like find it weird to talk about.
Yeah, 100%.
Like there isn't that many people putting themselves out there, so it is seen a little bit more as a foreign concept.
So I'll definitely say this: when we got into fitness, we got into it based off of pure passion. It was not a popular thing to do. It was not a trend. It was not cool. It was what the weirdos did. It was what I remember people were calling me gay because I was doing like flexing videos. Like it was what the losers did. It was not a popular mainstream thing. And it was out of pure passion. We did what we did, pursuing fitness out of pure passion. And I definitely do think that that hometown and a lot of people's hometowns still don't have that dream chasing passion culture. But I will say, thanks to the Power Bill Gym and King of Prussia, I think that changed a little bit. I don't know.
It is getting better.
It's getting
I would
better.
say like all around the world, because it's no longer becoming like a trend. It's more of like just like something that's building up over
No,
time.
100%. And I actually just like to give credit where credit's due. I love what Colin's doing with the Power Bill Gym.
Yeah. It's a good community.
Yeah, it's a great community. I'm sure the trends probably coming from my perspective, and I'm going to assume, Colin, if you're watching this, I'm assuming, totally assuming that even though it's such a big, tight-knit community, he may get sick of like the quote-unquote trends because he's like a super serious athlete, and he may kind of get sick of that seeing the same thing every day by kids just trying to blow up and mimic other people. So it probably gets a little repetitive for him. But at the end of the day, I'm sure he really is proud of the community that he's built and the way that, again, he's helping the industry grow. I don't know if you agree or disagree with that. But
I mean, I disagree only because he's the owner of the gym, and I could see him definitely wanting to attract talent, but I could see him benefiting from both things.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
I totally see that. Yeah,
but I think that there's a lot to say about like anyone who moves away from their hometown.
Yeah, it's definitely a hard thing to do. I feel like everyone's in the mindset that you graduate high school with A's because it's not that hard of a thing to do. You go to school, the best school you can get into. You get your degree. You get your 9 to 5. You get your white picket fence. Maybe you'll marry some girl that was in a sorority at your school. No. You rip the bar with the boys every Friday night. You buy drinks on them, and then you go back to hating your life on Monday. And I think that's definitely, I believe I can speak for you because you're the one that inspired me, is that's what you tried to escape by leaving your hometown.
Yeah, I mean,
why did you leave? Why did you? What was your mindset leaving?
Simply opportunity and mindset. Like I felt like at that point in time, like I wanted to get somewhere, and it wasn't that I couldn't get there being in the hometown. It was more so, it was just getting more and more difficult to like not have distractions or people that weren't on the same page as me. So I would always judge myself for kind of like doing something different. Sure. And that's the thing about living down here is that like, since we made that leap, it is so much easier for us to, if you guys can hear my dog playing with this toy in the background, that's how he's going to have to make an appearance soon.
He's going to have to get that turkey leg out of his mouth.
Yeah. But the biggest thing I feel like is just like, the people that you're surrounded with. You don't really get that too much or too often in your hometown. And by leaving it, you open your entire, future up to endless possibilities, and that's something that you may not get in your hometown. And even though it is scary, you have to weigh the risk of like not living up to your potential versus like being very comfortable and staying with what you know.
Yeah, I would go as far as say Alphaland's a judgment-free zone. There's different people making all types of different content in there. Like
you just like crazy shit, and you just have to accept it. It's happening. And it's not going anywhere.
Yeah, nobody bats an eye. I see crazy shit, dude. I saw somebody, my buddy Brian. Shout out Brian Bia. Shout out to you, buddy. He built like a barbell chariot, like out of a bunch of different barbells and bumper plates and a trap bar, and he had this guy riding the barbell chariot. And when I first saw it, I was like, yo, what the heck is this? And then I was like, that's Alphaland, man. Yeah. There's always new opportunities being created. But
I was in the bathroom the other day, going number 2 in the private bathroom.
That's the way to do it.
If you know where the private bathroom is at Alphaland, you know that's where you go because no one uses it. Mm-hmm. And I walk out, and this guy's doing push-ups on the floor and against the sink just to get a pump for like a picture.
Yeah.
And
no one bats an eye.
I mean, I just like stepped over his legs and walked out. That's like what I did, which is probably disrespectful. But at the same time, I was like, dude, you're doing push-ups in the bathroom. I'm just going to act like you're not here. So this isn't weird.
Yeah. We left our hometown to do push-ups in the bathroom or experience that. And it's cool because I remember when I was a big reason. I was always somebody who lied to myself in the sense that I was like, oh, like, I'm going to save money, so I'm going to stay home and I'm going to save money because me moving down here was a complete accident, as we know. Yeah. Maybe they don't know
Which
yet.
was my plan, too, actually. That was my plan, which you guys will hear about in future episodes. But I only moved down here because I got the opportunity presented to me by Ozzy. Like, if Ozzy did not ask me, I would have stayed. I would have never came to Texas in general. Like, it just happened as a freak thing. And I feel like people are now making it their mission to come out here.
Yeah, it's so
because
ironic.
of the community.
It's so now, crazy.
I feel like an interesting question to ask is, like, is it going to get old? Like, is it going to get old with, like, so many people coming out here that it's no longer this novelty thing? It's just, like, a bunch of influencers.
Do you think it's going to get old? Because I might have something that rebuts that. Do you think it's going to get old?
I personally don't think that it's going to get old. I think that it's just going to get sweeter and more opportunities going to be just like easier to come by. But I also do think that I feel like the people here that are not social media driven are going to have a problem with it.
Really? Why is that? Why do you feel that
some
way?
people may not like the whole camera thing going on.
Okay.
You know, but I feel like the gym attracts a certain crowd. So, like, that may not happen. But at the same time, you know, sometimes I feel like some people might get pissed at filming and stuff like that, which I don't agree with. I don't think filming's too annoying to people.
Nah, it's not annoying
But I
at
also
all.
think that, like, I think that filming, like, if you get mad if someone gets in your shot, like, that's pretty douchey.
I was in the gym the other day and I went to I literally was doing I was doing a mechanical drop set for triceps and wonderful, right? Dude, these 3 to 4 guys, like, obnoxious, and this is the 0.1% at Alphaland. These guys just start like working in obnoxiously close, like pretty much like trying to like big dog me out of the area. And I was like, bro, what the heck? And these were the guys that weren't filming. So it's like, that's kind of what I'm full circling into you saying that people may have a problem with filming, dude. Sometimes from our experience, I feel like maybe I can speak for you here. Sometimes it's just the people that don't film that's even like,
I mean, bottom line, it's a place that attracts a bunch of different people, which is fucking great. And I know I can speak for you too. Like, we love supporting Alphaland in general.
Shout out
like, the amount of money we spend there every day is like insane amounts. But like to know that it is going towards like Christian's vision, like also is like I'm cool with it.
Oh, 100%.
I mean? That's another cool thing too. Is like you're down here in the middle of it all, where everything is like building up, and it's like just the beginning too. You know what I mean?
I love supporting Christian as you do too. It's just like he's just the best. But what I want to touch on what you just said, like, I don't think it will get oversaturated, if that's what you were maybe implying, because for every person moving in, there are people moving out. And that's what I noticed, and I feel like that's what nobody talks about. Yeah. Is a lot of people leave. Not for any bad reasons. They just want
they come down here, try it out, and then they don't do it. Like, I don't know how much you saved up, but I had like $3,000 in my bank account when I moved down here. Yeah. And that's all I had. And that was after, like, I put money down for the lease, the apartment, whatever. And I had a roommate, and it was like $750 a month. And I was looking at my bank account, and I was like, okay, I have like roughly like, you know, several months worth of rent plus all my living expenses. So
that's good stuff.
Like, no, that's not good, because I didn't really have like too much.
Of course,
you know what I mean. Like,
I'm trying to stay optimistic.
There's that stress there. Yeah. It's like I could run out of money in like 3 months if I just like don't watch my shit or build up like my coaching or whatever I was trying to do down here to build up. And that's also a scary thing too. But I mean, I don't really know what your situation was like living down here.
I had like $8K, and then you convinced me to spend $2K on a camera, so then I had $6K, and then I was also paying courtesy rent, which was like I was using your water, eating your food. It was the least I can do because you didn't even have me pay electric or Wi-Fi.
I almost feel bad about that.
No,
but at the same time, it wasn't that like their first time ever.
Well, that's
like,
when I
paying rent.
Well, bro, if you didn't do that, I would have literally not believed. Once I did that, I was like, I can fucking do this.
Yeah,
I was like, I can do this. I can live here.
Yeah,
that's dude. One of the many pushes you've given me.
Yeah.
It helped. It was a big brother moment. It helped a lot.
That is crazy when you can finally like pay your bills.
Yeah.
Especially like if you don't have your normal job, like you are starting your own thing and like you can actually, it's like you're betting on yourself. You're like, hey, I need to prove to myself that I can like pay this thing that people should be able to pay. But like it was kind of scary at first, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I basically was saying a little bit ago, I was like, I was somebody who was like, oh, just save your money, like do this, and that's like all good and well. There's times to save, but I needed to get out. I personally needed to get out of Pennsylvania for numerous reasons. One of the reasons being the fact that I remember, my house. I can't. 3 siblings, two loud parents, all super loud. What motion? Okay.
20 minutes?
We're trying to not make this go over 25 minutes, but we might as well just make it 30 if 30 is fine.
I have my dog here.
Yeah, dogs. Hey, show him the dog real quick. He's the most beautiful creature on this earth. Oh, speak. Okay. Good job. Good job. That's good. Look at Ozzy. That's good. No, I was basically saying I was in that mindset where it was like, I'm going to save money, why would I move out?
Stay comfortable.
Yeah, exactly. And I remember that literally I come from that house, three siblings screaming nonstop, 2 parents loud as all can be. I remember the house was loud all day and my room had crappy lighting and bad Wi-Fi, and so I couldn't.
You were taking like calls for coaching in your like bedroom, right?
Yes, I was taking calls for coaching in my bedroom, and it was horrible. It was a horrible thing, and my house was so loud. My mom was screaming, just loud Italian mother. My brothers were screaming. They're just obnoxious. I love them, but they're just being obnoxious.
It just made it very hard for you to like focus.
Yeah, no, and basically, I don't even know if. I don't know who I've told this to, but like I was literally doing all my coaching from the hours of 2 a.m. to 6 a.m.
Because that's the only time it was quiet.
Yes. And I was doing check-ins at 4 a.m. And all my clients would be like, Dre, good shit, man. You're grinding 4 a.m. I'm like, bro,
you have no idea.
I was like, I've been up for hours. Don't worry. Like, this is not, I didn't say that, but I was doing all my check-ins at 4 a.m. because that's when it was the most quiet, peak quiet. Yeah. And then I would do check-ins from like 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. because I guess that's when people would wake up, EST. Yeah. Most of my clients were on the East Coast at that time. And then from 1 a.m. to 3:59 a.m., I was building the business. And when I got down here and I got a taste of like how you were living in the apartment with freedom and space and Wi-Fi, I was like,
you're like, I'm not fucking leaving.
I was like, I'm not leaving. I'm like, I'm not fucking leaving. Yeah. And I was like, let's run this because, and that's when my business grew the most, was when I put myself down here in this environment. And I know that's when your business grew the most.
Yeah. I mean, there's like an awesome feel. I wouldn't call it awesome. I would call it like it's a pretty surreal feeling when that pressure's on you and you like have to make it work.
Yeah.
And like you will find like this untapped, potential energy to put towards what you need to make work.
Yeah, it's that fight or flight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like good.
I love it, but I hate it.
If you are gonna like try and move down here, and this is what I've told several people who have even thought of moving down here. Like, as long as you have a cushion, they can give you some time. Like, and I look at like money as a way to get time. Mm-hmm. So like, if you have let's just say, if you have like 5 or 10 grand saved up before you move out somewhere cool,
Yeah.
If you if you have a roommate or something and you're splitting rent and the average rent's like $1,500 for a 2-bedroom or whatever, at least that's what it is down here.
Yeah.
You could easily just like split that, about $700 each or whatever, $750 each. And, you can have like some time to be able to like still pay your rent and not have to worry too much about making money or whatever. And then you can have some time to like figure it out and make, whatever you're doing, you're making it work.
And be smart, guys. Like he said, be smart. Have the cushion. I got on a coaching call with this kid, and basically, dude, he was like, I have all my expenses listed out on this pad and paper, and he goes, I only have $300 left at the end of each month, and basically, this dude is living alone in like a $2+ grand apartment. Like, guys, you don't need that. You can literally get a roommate. $1,500 a month, split that in half. What is that, like $750 or something like that? Like, do not go the extra mile to try to live a certain way that you can't afford. That's the biggest thing. Like, you can find a nice place, like 2-bedroom. Like, don't do the extra shit. Like, don't.
And the other thing too is that, like, when you're moving down into a new spot, if you're trying to leave your hometown, like, I mean, you're just going to test the waters, I mean, obviously, when you got down here, you were like, I'm staying down here no matter what, because you loved it right away. But when you move down here and you're kind of testing things out, like, there's this grace period where you have to get, comfortable with everything, and you don't need anything fancy. We're at the age that you can bunk with your friends.
Hell yeah, bro.
Live 2 to a room if you need to make that work. You
can do that shit till you're 35, dude.
Like, I mean, you could, but like in terms of like just like stress and stuff, there shouldn't be any stress to try and be like fucking living in a mansion at like 25.
Not at all.
You know what I mean?
I will say, to actually touch on you being, I loved it here right away. I did love the culture here right away. Because I have such a passion for this, love Christian, everything he stands for. But I was like, I don't know if you remember, pretty miserable for the first 2 months. I couldn't get.
There wasn't a friend group established yet.
I had no friends for the first 4 months I was here. I built up an amazing group of friends through you and Ozzy and Justin and all them, which like that obviously took time to develop because you're not gonna have friends right away. But 3-4 months, didn't speak to anybody. I couldn't get used to the old Alphaland gym equipment. The benches were really thin. The equipment was limited just because Alphaland was being built. Rightfully so. Alphaland is the greatest gym on earth at this point. But I just couldn't get in a groove. I remember I couldn't have a good workout. I would come home pissed every day. My favorite workout sessions are like push days. I was like, bro, like I just fucked my push session. Like I can't. This is bullshit, like, because I'm here to work out, but I'm having shitty workouts, go home, build a business. I feel like the ceiling's, like, toppling on me because I'm barely breaking. I'm not breaking a lot of money. Like, I'm not breaking a lot of money at this point. It feels like the sky is falling, like Chicken Little, and you're the one who's, like, holding it up. But yeah, it was not easy, and I know it was not easy for you at first either. Because I feel like people message me, and I appreciate it. And they're like, dude, you're killing it. Oh my gosh, like, it's awesome you did that. And I'm like, bro, like, I'm not doing anything. Neither did I do anything with ease.
Well,
like,
you are making progress. You just feel, you're just very hard on yourself. For the people listening at home, you actually are not living in a box. You're living in a nice 3-bedroom apartment at this point, from couch to 3-bedroom apartment, you know. But all of that's just from getting uncomfortable and,
of course, and
making that leap. But
if I didn't put myself in the situation to where I felt like I was really under a lot of stress, I wanted to say like I was gonna throw up 24/7, but that's not. I wouldn't describe it like that because I was having a lot of fun. If I didn't put myself in that uncomfortable situation, I would not be where I am now. I know for a fact I would not have grown the business the way I've grown my business. And it's not a huge business, guys, just so you know. I'm not sitting here pimping myself out. It's not a huge business, but I'm very grateful for the growth that has occurred. And I know, like I said, it wasn't easy for you at first either.
Yeah, no, definitely not. But I think that's a conversation for another time.
Yeah.
We do want to thank you guys so much for tuning into the first pod. We're going to be sharing more about our stories as they come inside of other interviews that we do, inside of other storytelling where we have, more guests and more opportunities to kind of share our opinion on things. So I think that's a good stopping point.
It is.
We appreciate you guys for listening. And if you guys want to see future podcasts, make sure to subscribe if you're on YouTube. And if you did listen to this on a streaming platform like Spotify or Apple Music, maybe you don't want to give us a review yet. That's totally fine. It's the first episode. But in the future ones, just make sure you're looking out. All right.
All right. Thank you guys so much. And remember, you're up next.